So I got some good news and I got some bad news for you. But the good news is there are affordable homes that also might be considered cheap. So there is a difference between affordable homes and cheap. And in this video, I'm going to show you some cheap homes. I know that sounds weird, but I want to make sure that we're helping everyone, no matter what your price point is. And here's the thing. It's not just about the price point, it's about the monthly payment. We're going to talk about that later in this video, but in the meantime, I want to show you what we found. There is also, again, a very big difference in quality when selecting the cheaper builders. Again, it's not all just about that purchase price. It's about incentives and quality and resellability. Let's take a look at Maricopa, which is by far the most affordable housing, the cheapest housing in the entire greater Phoenix area. Now, you can go further south in Pinal County and get cheap homes, but that's not part of the greater Phoenix area, air quotes, or Phoenix Valley, whatever you want to call it. Only the north part of Pinal County is really considered part of the Phoenix area. We are starting to see branching out, again, further down south in Pinal County, but it hasn't gotten that expensive that people are willing to make hour-plus commutes. So let's take a dive into Maricopa. We'll talk about the rest of the valley and the cheap homes out there, but let's start with Maricopa. We're going to start with Smith Farms and KB Homes. Now, this particular community, I liked the location very much. Just like anything I just mentioned about Pinal County, Maricopa is the same thing. Everything is getting further and further and further out. So the days of saying Maricopa is only 25-30 minutes from Chandler, well, that's from the entry point of the city of Maricopa to Chandler, and that's during non-traffic hours. So when you look at where the new construction is, it could add as much as 20 minutes from that entry to your drive. So even if you work in Chandler, that could make a very long commute for you. This particular community is already built up. It's like there was this middle part of dirt that they had yet to develop, and they are only building 64 homes here total, and there are 11 remaining. Again, I love the location. If you are raising kiddos and you are looking for school choices, that's what I loved about this location. There is not one, not two, but 3 different schools within less than a 2 or 3 minute drive. And you also have some healthcare over here. So I love that that is already in place. And let's just dive straight into the floor plans. We're gonna show you 2 different homes. The first one, in my opinion, is super accessible, right at the $305 price range. We can get 5 off for you guys. This is going to be 1,383 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage. Let's check it out. This is how it comes with the basic price. So there's no upgrades in this home. They do have 2 lots still available that you can build from the dirt and do all the upgrades that you'd like. Let's take a look and see what a $300,000 home in the city of Maricopa looks like. A lot of people are wondering what energy bills will run. Well, in a smaller home, newer home with today's technology, interesting that they're saying that it's only $209. So in comparison though, it's about 60%, 40% discount savings in a new construction home. Super cute. This is a lot of house in 1,383 square feet. We have a flex room right here. Let's see, laundry room. Ooh, I like that it's so deep. Cute, smaller bedroom, but not too small. I'm gonna say it's about 11 by 11 with a walk-in closet. Not a walk-in closet, also about 11 by 11, but then you lose some square footage right here with this different shaped room. Basic vanity, no drawers. Oh, we do have a medicine cabinet though. We have a fiberglass shower. We have a flex room. This is really nice. So KB is still building homes with the old style cabinets and laminate countertops. This is what $300,000 will get you though. Ooh, check out that fridge. Might have to steal one of those cold bottles of water. And then we have the primary back here. Really, it feels a lot bigger than 1383. I'm liking this. Master closet, separate from the bathroom, and a door to the bathroom. Oh my gosh, that's unheard of. Oh, cuteness. This is all you need. This is a great first-time home buyer home. Medicine cabinet, no drawers though. Might need to get a little chest of drawers or something for the countertop or some kind of organization underneath. We have a combo tub, but it's really big. This is very nice. You could definitely put a little grassy area. You could put a play pool. You could put a jacuzzi. This right here though, and you can see how they've tried to kind of cover this, you have the air conditioner right in the middle of the backyard. Boom. Cuteness overload though. I know, before you say anything, you missed Jessie Lee Reed. I missed her on this video tour as well. I'll tell you, she is definitely a lot of fun to be with, but we have been so busy, and thank you so much. If you too want to reach out and make an amazing opportunity come true, all you need to do is click right here at this QR code thing. Super easy. Pick up your phone. Just grab your phone and then just take a little picture of this little guy right here. You are my best friend. It connects our viewers into talking directly with us. All you gotta do is register, fill out one of the forms. We also have a relocation guide on there for you. It'll connect you directly to my system, and then we will set up a Zoom meeting so that we can talk through exactly what it is you're looking for. There is so much new construction out there, even at this price point. It's all over the place. And here's the thing, I mentioned this already. It's not just about the purchase price. It's about the deal, you guys. It's about the deal right now, and we want to get you the best possible deal. So sometimes we have to orchestrate it backwards, and we start with what your budget is, and then we find you the perfect home. Now we're going to go to the second home. This might work a little bit better for you guys. What I love about this one is the taller ceilings, the higher doors, a little bit more open space. It does take up a little bit more of that backyard though, so let's take a look without Jessie Lee, boo, but let me know what you think. Okay, this is the one that I really like, the front yard. I don't know why. It's actually really similar to the smaller one too. I just liked how much, I guess it is kind of the same. So when you can compare them side by side, you can see everybody has like a little private courtyard. I like that. 2-car garage, gonna have to make that work. At this price, make it work. Oh, this is adorable. Those mirrors right here too. You can really make square footage look a lot larger. Now this is an upgraded home. They have one available that's still in the extremely low $315 price point. It has the upgraded flooring. Again, some of the things you just want to, again, pay attention to when you're at this price point are going to be some things that keep it low priced. We're going to be talking shorter baseboards. Could be changed down the road if that's what you want to do. We have an open living space. This one is a lot bigger. Again, this home is at, 1620 square feet. Really nice size open floor plan. The ceiling height isn't super tall, just to let you know. But this is a lot of really big living space. Still have laminate counters, so this is going to be what they include in their spec homes. This is a deeper looking laminate versus the thinner one. It's got the rounded bullnose edge is what they call it. It has the larger sink, has a slightly larger island, great for entertaining, but the front door is still off to its side, so you're not walking straight into a family room. We have what could be used as a little coffee station. There is a ton of room between, I mean, this is, you could have 4 cooks in here and you wouldn't get in each other's way. We have a huge corner pantry. I'm loving that. I love how tall these cabinets go. Look at that. 42-inch uppers. Holy moly. I wonder if they're even taller than that. They just look much taller. Are they soft close? They are not. Again, something you can add. We have the electric range. We have a microwave just above. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's tile. Okay. These are going to be more modern cabinets than the other one, so these are upgraded. It has a tall door. Actually, this whole house has this one has tall doors. Let's go to this back end of the house first. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me unless you really do use it as a laundry depository. You can't put a chair there. If you put a chair there, you're not going to be opening up this door. So I just don't like those kind of vanities. That to me looks in the 90s, but I like the rest of it. I like the design. I like the sink, cultured marble, fiberglass surround. This is again another way to make your home, your bathroom look a little bit larger with that floor to ceiling shower curtain. This feels like an 11 by 11. I'll bet you it's actually 10.5 by 10.5. It feels a little bit smaller than the other room, the other house. And then we have the laundry room. I feel like the other one has a little bit larger of a laundry room, meaning it's a little set back, a little bit more set back. This feels like a bigger, it is. This is a bigger bedroom than the other. I would say this is probably 11 by 12. And then it has also a walk-in closet. Love the tall doors here. Well, it looks small, but it isn't small. It's like a normal width in my opinion, but the door is trickery. We have more storage here. This is a coat closet, kind of far from the front door. And we have the primary suite. This is a bigger master bedroom, has a higher ceilings, has extra room to walk around. We have the master bedroom, the master bathroom, sorry. This one is a bigger master bathroom, so you see the extra square footage used here. This is nice, it has storage in the bathroom. Shower does not have that tub like the other house. I like the flooring, the double sinks, and we also have our, yay, medicine cabinet for more storage. Okay, much, much bigger. You're gonna have to make sure you don't exceed the size of that wall for your TV. This home obviously is a larger footprint. This actually makes sense though. Yeah, you could put one of those sails, or you could do a pergola kind of a thing off the side of the house. It's the same size lot, but because the home is bigger, you have a very small lot. So if you're looking at like easy care landscaping, this is it, guys. This would be perfect though for, again, first-time home buyers or people moving down that they don't want to necessarily have the extra landscape. Yes, you could do a little putting green, you could do a little garden over here. Definitely not room for a pool. You could put a above ground jacuzzi, and I like this placement of the AC a little bit better. Yeah, super small backyard with the house the way it is, and our American flag. That's awesome. I think that there's a lot to be said here at the $315 purchase price. That's what they're telling me it is for this larger home. This is a perfect starter home. Look, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, and a moderate to easy backyard to take care of. And here's the thing again that I like about it is everything else is already around you. So you're not waiting to see what is going to be in the immediate neighborhood. And the fact that the schools are already there, huge plus for the kiddos. What I also like is that they will allow you to, there's a couple of lots that they will still allow you to go in and pick your own design. And then you can like pick whether or not you want to upgrade certain things and put in your own personal touch. The best deals though are the spec homes. And if you don't know what those are, let me go over that real quickly with you. There's several different terms that builders kind of throw in your way to kind of like confuse you. But basically, they are starting homes before they even have a buyer. When they have selected the lot and then they select all the design center selections, and they have everything ordered and they've started to break ground, and they know in the approximate deadline date, but it might be anywhere from about 4.5 to 6 months. That's usually when they announce spec homes. Sometimes some builders will hold it until it's only like 3 or 4 months in advance. It is nice with some builders to get in early enough that you get some of those amazing incentives, but you can still pick some of those things out for yourself. If that's something you're interested in, just let us know. Again, we have a long list of specs that we get notified every single week. Here's all you got to do. I told you guys, just click on this QR code here. We will fast track you into the world of new construction. We are new construction certified, and I'm telling you, not all agents know how to like circumvent all the new constructions, and they don't know what to ask for. Here's the next thing. If they haven't sold that spec home and they get to a certain point where now they're like, okay, now we're going to be done in about 3 months, maybe 2 months. They turn it into what they call a QMI, quick move-in home. That quick move-in home now has beefed up incentives. These are where we can get some really sweet deals. And I call this stacking, where they might have originally thrown out, we're going to offer you this amazing interest rate. That's going to be on the spec home. Well, actually, usually the spec homes are, we're just giving you 3% towards closing costs, or maybe 6%. If that sounds appealing to you guys, you have to give us a call, because again, we know who's giving out the biggest chunks of money. But then as it gets a little bit closer, that's when they start dangling that interest rate in front of you. I find it offensive when I go into a sales office and the sales rep, knowing I'm a realtor, but they say, we're offering 2.99. I'm like, really? For 30 years? They're like, oh no, that's the buy down for the second year. Anyways, I'm like, don't do your trickery with me. Like, I know exactly. I'm like, what's your fixed rate? And they're like, well, it's 5.75. I'm like, that's not so great. So again, I know their trickery, comments, questions, and what they post online, and a lot of the stuff isn't online, and we can also escalate to management and get you some better deals that, again, even aren't advertising. We know because we've pushed and we've won. So we'll get the low interest rate, whatever they have predetermined in a certain time frame. I know that sounds kind of confusing. That's why you got to give us a call, because it is a little kind of confusing for people that don't do dozens of deals every single month. If it's with the house is done, and then they're like, okay, now we really got to like throw some stuff out there. Party, let's get this party going. And then they'll do, we're going to get you the low interest rate for 30 years. We're also going to do a 1 or a 2 year buy down. And then we're also going to pay for your closing costs. And you know what? After all that, we still ask for more. So let me tell you, we are a top performing team in the state of Arizona for a reason. Look, guys, this particular community, it will sell out relatively soon. Again, with only 11 homes. If you are thinking about buying in that $300,000 price range, you got to give us a call. Many of you might be thinking, I don't want to call them because maybe it's too low. No such thing. We do all single family homes, and we do condominiums and townhomes, but there are none here in the city of Maricopa. Actually, most of the builders are not building condominiums and townhomes these days. There are a few in other parts of the valley, but I have to tell you, and this particular market in 2025 tells you the story, something to remember forever. Condominiums and townhomes do serve a purpose. They are fantastic for lock and leave type of lifestyle. But if you're thinking you're going to save money because they're a lower price point, they usually have a much higher HOA. And these are the type of properties that will go down first and they will go up last. They also are kind of a wild child now with the HOAs and the insurance companies. So those can change a lot quicker and a lot faster and make a home a lot less affordable than a single family home. If you can get into a single family home, that's always your best bet. My goal is to help you understand what your resellability or what that exit looks like in the beginning. I'm not all just fluff, guys. I'm a numbers girl. This particular community, the HOA is $110. This is where I'm going to start talking about, I'm not liking this part of the community or this part of Maricopa. Again, I love the location, and location to me has a very heavy weight. You will have to determine as the buyer what has weight: size, lot, location, direction. There is no reason anyone in the greater Phoenix area should ever be enticed to buy a home with a power line behind it or a power tower on a busy road back to a commercial property or facing west. I know it seems like no big deal, but let me tell you, this time of year, this is summer of 2025 when I'm recording this video, you cannot sit outside for 2 minutes to throw your Frisbee to the dog. I'm telling you, it's unusable. Maybe at night when there's no sun, but let me tell you, in the couple of months that everyone does dread, it has still been like 105 at 10:30 at night. I don't know about you, but I'm not waiting up any longer. I'm going to bed. Like, I'm not waiting for it to cool off to jump in that pool. So think about that, guys. And again, when you resell, if it's a market that's kind of balanced and it's not super seller side, even though in the Phoenix area, it usually is very seller sided, when you go to sell, it's going to be harder to sell. So again, don't let those builders or anyone tell you it's okay. There's no pro and con about backing to a busy road. It's just con. So this particular community, it does come with the pool. If you want to use the pool, it has a pool. It's not walkable. You're gonna have a little golf cart. Everybody's making investments in golf carts. And here's the thing, Maricopa, when it's not 110,000 degrees outside, you can actually cruise around. You can get it licensed for street usage. You just can't go on any roads that are over 35 miles an hour, which is super doable in Maricopa. Here's the thing, guys. The city of Maricopa, when you're looking at the cheaper cities, which are all further out, what city offers you everything you need? If for some reason, let's just say all you had was a golf cart and you didn't have a car, could you live in a 10-minute, 15-minute bubble of wherever you buy? There are a lot of places in Buckeye that answer is no. Surprise, no. And Santan Valley, you're in the middle of nowhere, but Maricopa, you can. And so that's why Maricopa is not only the cheapest part of the greater Phoenix area, it is the most complete. And I really do mean that. I'm not saying it's all perfect. I'm going to get finished to the cons here. So let's go back to the swimming pool. I don't know, the fence kind of looked like a prison fence to me. There wasn't a lot of shade, there wasn't trees. It just didn't look very appealing to me. So here's the thing though, you're paying $110 a month. That's the pool that's included in your HOA. At least you have one. Here's what I would recommend. I would recommend you make that investment and get yourself a little golf cart and join Copper Sky Community Center. There is no community center, I am telling you, in anywhere in the Phoenix Valley that you're not paying umpteen $1 million to belong to the club like Copper Sky. If you live in the city of Maricopa, for a family membership, it's $60. For $60, you have access to one of the, I mean, like I said, it's amazing. If you have littles and you want to go take some of their classes, they have daycare. They have an indoor gym, yes, but they have an indoor track. So in the summertime, if you're a runner, you can run indoors. Like, what? And the pool is ridiculous. They also have swimming clubs. They have competition. They have a lazy river. They have this big wave, not a wave. It's like a waterfall. There we go. And then they have the curly Q thing. And then they have an amazing splash pad too. They also have the little paddle boats that go on the lake. They have disc golf. They have pickleball. They have basketball courts and ginormous soccer fields. Also, a lot of festivals and events take place over here, and it's going to grow because there's still a lot of land that has not been developed. I am telling you, Copper Sky makes Maricopa like you're on vacation. Just saying. Also, if you want a little staycation, there is a little bit of entertainment here in the city of Maricopa. Harrah's Casino's over here, and there's some really fun, like glow-in-the-dark bowling. If you're gambling, they have some shows from time to time. If you want to do a little staycation, you can either hit the Harrah's there or get out of Dodge, right? Also, just head up a little bit on Interstate 10, and that's where you're going to find Wild Horse Pass. That is a larger casino that has all kinds of shows and some top-rated restaurants, and we're only talking like 20-minute drive from this particular community. There is also a new restaurant, let me say too, that is amazing over in Maricopa. Do you guys remember the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze? And they kind of reinvented it. It is called Duke's Roadhouse, and the food is to die for. They have steaks, they have live music, and it's just awesome. It's like, I smile, I kind of giggle every time I go in there. It's just so amazing, over the top. There's several different grocery stores, not one, but two, but three different grocery stores. If you're looking for healthier eating, this is great when you're thinking about living out in the suburbs, you don't want to have just junk food available for your kids. So you do have a lot of fast food restaurants here, but I already mentioned we have Duke's Roadhouse. There's a lot of other restaurants too. Cold Beer and Cheeseburger is another one of my favorites out there. And there's a couple of other restaurants. And then there's even like sushi and frozen yogurt. Like, it's not just the junky junk food. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants. There is the healthy sprouts that I was just about to say. So if you, like my grandson, is on 100% organic. I don't know how you guys afford that stuff. That's ridiculous. But if that's what you need, it's right down the street. You also have a beautiful Fry's. Gorgeous. It's ginormous. It's like a Fry's superstore. And then there's also a Bash's'. There is also small businesses there, everything from like tanning to getting your hair done, to get your teeth done, physical therapy. Oh, there's also 3 different hardware stores. I wouldn't call them hardware stores, but there is Home Depot and there is Lowe's. Let me tell you, when you got a Home Depot and a Lowe's in your town, you know you're on the map. And they also have my favorite Ace Hardware. If you are looking for that bolt that nobody else can find, Ace has it. And this particular Ace Hardware, they are so amazingly over-the-top friendly. It's crazy. I could go on and on about the city of Maricopa because of its affordability. The other challenges are this, the cons. Okay, the number one that you're gonna say, I've already read about it, I know about it. I have a positive to share with you. 347, which has been the main problem of the city of Maricopa, because it's 2 lanes each way, and then there's a few stoplights, and those stoplights cause backup. And it's not so much the traffic that causes problems, because I've been on this road when there's major traffic and it only added like 8 minutes, not kidding. It eventually goes. Here's the problem. These reckless, aggressive drivers, and I'm not gonna stereotype them, because let me tell you, I got cut off by a woman that had kids in the car in her SUV and she was gonna get over. And those are the people that cause major accidents. And once there's an accident, and it's only 2 lanes, even if it is only in 1 lane, those fire and police are not letting you by if there is a fatality. And that is the big problem with Maricopa. Here's the good news though, guys. The 347 has been approved to be widened, and it will be done within the next 2 to 3 years. It is a major priority. It was a huge win. It took a decade to make this happen, and it's finally happening. And so once this gets to 3 lanes each way, you're never gonna have to worry about that 100% closure. I shouldn't say never, right? You never say never, but that is going away. So that's a limited time that will be still a problem. Now, here's the other problem I want to mention. When you buy in lower price communities, especially if you are in an older community where they're still lower priced, but during the market crash 15 years ago, so I'm talking about homes that were built like in 2004 and 5. And those homes at one point went way, way, way down, and there was a ton of investors that bought in there, and it's just rental after rental after rental. I hate when I find those neighborhoods where I'm like, oh, editor, show them what I found here.
Okay, so I'm thinking this home is a rental because they have the garbage cans out front. That's a no-no. This trailer is probably been parked here all weekend. That's a no-no. Look at that home has been poorly maintained. This guy looks okay. Look at this, the yard's dying. Oh, I'm almost positive that is a rental. Homeowners don't let their plants die like that because they know how expensive they are to replace. And then look at these next 2 homes that are coming up. You got weeds over there. Look at this. Completely not taking care of the yard. And then look at this person that lives, look at that garage. This is where they're parking their vehicles in the driveway.
Here's the thing, guys. The cheaper homes only come with 2-car garages. The number one thing was tied when I interviewed literally thousands of people in the Phoenix area, not just my clients, but people that lived here. I'm like, okay, you guys, if you could make one change on the home you bought, what would it be? And it was tied for an extra half a bath, especially when you have littles, because they make a mess. Or if you have cats and you need a place for the cats to go potty too, and you have guests come over and there's that hall bath that's always a mess, right? So that's why 2.5 baths, people are like, if I had to do it again, 2.5 baths. I think equally as important is garage space. If you don't plan on storage in your home or adding a storage out back, which can be tough with our heat, not gonna lie. Think about it, you guys. Do you really want to put a $20,000 to $100,000 vehicle in the driveway because you have boxes of Christmas stuff? People don't think about that. They're putting one of their most expensive assets in the driveway because they got junk in their garage. The tied for number one was the extra half bath and an extra car space. People want that 3-car garage. So from a resaleability, know that if you have these things, it makes your home more desirable in the future. Here's the other thing too. If you're thinking about buying in Maricopa, you're going to want to actually just about anywhere in this areas that I just mentioned, you're going to want to make sure that you're holding this property for quite some time. And the reason I'm saying that is because all of the areas that have the cheaper housing, which are 4 different cities in the greater Phoenix area, 2 in Pinal County, that's going to be Maricopa and Santan Valley, and then in Maricopa County are Buckeye and Surprise. If you plan on buying in any of these areas, let me let you know the builders are going to be out there for at least 10 years. At least. As long as the builders are out there, they will continue to be competitive for home buyers. And when your home, if you want to try and sell in a few years, it's just an old home. And so you're going to be stuck with the home. So this is a long-term investment at this lower price point at new construction today. Sorry for the bad news, but I'm telling you like it is. Call me no filter girl. I have an MLS specifically for new construction. I am going to share with you what it looks like for new construction on the map for homes that are under $300,000. Now, if you'll look here, this is the entire greater Phoenix area. You are going to be very limited to only one in Maricopa County, and that is going to be up in Buckeye, and that is KB Homes. So that is exactly like the home I just showed you. That $300,000 price point, though, is going to be at about that $1,356, and it's going to go up from there. Aside from that, you're going to be looking in Pinal County. As I mentioned, Maricopa and Santan Valley. Sorry, I didn't mean to cross out that C, which means they're closing out. Those are going to be the 2 areas that are in the 300,000. But if you look at the freeway system for here, yes, we have great news in the greater Phoenix area, by the way. Oh my goodness, it's only 5 to 10 years away. I'm going to say more like 10 years, but they are going to start working on it. I've been calling it the North-South corridor. They just came up with State Route 505. This will be a freeway that will connect very far east, but on Interstate 60, it's going to connect Apache Junction, Queen Creek, Santan Valley, Florence, all the way down to Eloy, and it'll come out, that sounds funny, at Interstate 10, way down close to, more than halfway down to Tucson. So this will change what Santan Valley is like, but that again is going to be quite some time away. Let's switch back to the map and let me show you again. You're going to be waiting for that freeway to come in, right? So if we bump up the price a little bit and we go to $325 instead of the $350, it starts to give us a little bit more housing to jump in on. We're going to see a few more opportunities in the Santan Valley area. And then we also have a lot more in Maricopa to choose from. And then we have right here, like I said, in Buckeye, and we have one that's in Estrella Mountain Ranch. I would say this, guys, if you are commuting to the greater Phoenix area, which would be anywhere up here for employment, these areas are not areas to consider. I know these areas like the back of my hand. I've actually jumped out of a plane in Eloy, Arizona quite a bit. I've actually sold in Arizona City and Casa Grande as well. If you want the honest to God truth, give me a call, like I said, at this QR code thing, and I will give you my real feeling. If you are looking for a small little farming town, that's Casa Grande. And it's not a full city. In my opinion, it still has a lot of room for growth, but it's not necessarily happening down there. They also just approved a $70 billion data center down in Eloy, which will change the housing, the feel of it down there quite a bit. So again, if you want the honest to God truth, this is no filter girl. You got to give me a call. Let's go back to the 325 map and let's see again what we're looking at. Let's now go to 350. 350, as you can see, now we are starting to see a lot more areas in the greater Phoenix area. This is going to include the same cities again. We have more communities to choose from in Maricopa. We have more communities to choose from in Santan Valley. We have more communities to choose from over here in Buckeye. We're now starting to see Surprise. Don't you love my circles? And we still have the Estrella Mountain Ranch over here. And then we have right over here, which is Woodell. These are all conversations that we have to have together. Here's what you need to do. You need to give me a call, shoot me a text, whoops, or just click on this darn QR code and we'll get connected and we'll have a conversation. So first of all, right near the house is Saddleback Elementary School. Then there is also Legacy Traditional. There is also Leading Edge Academy. There is A+ Charter School. These are tuition-free public schools. And a brand new Heritage Academy High School that's just gonna have their very first year in the 25-26 school year. So later at the end of this year. Also, it's right around the corner from Central Arizona College. This college on site has so many programs, not only for adults, but also children that are in the 4-H club. They have youth programs and all kinds of other on-site classes for, you know, the what do you call them, the preteens? The teenies? I don't know what the right terminology is. I'm just telling you, this is the hub of all the new schools that are coming to Maricopa. This is going to make this area highly desirable and, as we've mentioned, more than affordable. It's cheap. If you are working from home, that's the only time you really can say, I can pick anywhere. I'm just looking at the house price. It is all about the area. If you're retiring, you want to know about the area too. You want to know about healthcare. You want to know about freeway access. You want to know family is going to come visit you. You want to be able to get to the store within 10 minutes. There is so much difference in all of these areas, and there is not one person, not one team that you can go to and get all the answers with one call. One call does it all. Sheryl Willis, I hope to hear from you soon. Don't forget this guy, QR code, it'll get you right to us, and we'll get that Zoom meeting set up with you today.